Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. It is Friday now, the day after Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a great holiday. You were able to spend some time with family and have some good food. Today is my 9th straight day doing a video. 9 days. It's a little crazy. It's made me, this streak unintentionally has made me want to keep going and do videos every day. And I hope you're enjoying it. I'll try to keep most of these short-ish. I like to go somewhere between 6 and 12 minutes. Today I got some mail, a couple TTMs, some autographs through the mail. Rebecca Lobo, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. She does TTM for free. Can't really beat that. I now have 3 of her rookies autographed. Lobo, of course, is in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Went in 5 years ago, so a couple more Hall of Fame rookie cards for me. She's, of course, best known for her time in college at UConn for that perfect season, the championship, her dominance as a player in college. In the WNBA, she was an all-star one season, I think, but injuries, ACL tear, there were some others too, forced her to retire young. So what I'm here to talk about today, though, is actually the R346 blue tints. There's actually no real name for this set. Nobody knows who created them, what they were created for. It's a really interesting story. Most of the time when these vintage sets come up, you can figure out who made them. Were they inserted with chips or hot dogs or something like that? I'd like to do a big video series on vintage food sets of cards too, like Hans hot dogs or Sugardale. But for this one, they're a mystery. So they're called the R346 blue tints, and only because they're identified by the blue tint that some of the cards have to them. The R in R346 comes from Jefferson Burdick's American Card Catalog. The R is used to indicate that it was a candy or gum release. But again, nobody really knows for sure. They were strip cards. They were issued in strips of 8. There were 48 cards in the set, so there are six strips. And they were vertical strips, which I think was unusual. They were focused on the New York teams. 24 of the 48 players were New York based. And so it's believed that they were created by a New York company. This was furthered by the fact that the proof photos were done by Al Weinstein of Brooklyn. So it's heavily believed that this was a New York-based company. They were created in 1948. And if you know anything about 1948, you know that is the year of the Jackie Robinson rookie card. It does feature a Jackie rookie. We're going to talk a little bit about value and how this is much more affordable than other Jackie Robinson rookies, but we'll go through the set first. It also features rookies for Ralph Kiner and Warren Spahn, some Hall of Fame heavy hitters there. Numbers 1 through 24 were printed with blue ink. These are black and white photographs printed with blue ink, and then numbers 25 through 48 were printed with black ink. I got some differing things here. Some of them say some of the later photos, some say later printings were black ink instead of the blue. It's really difficult to know for sure. I'm sure somebody knows out there. Some of you vintage experts, throw it in the comments. Let me know if you know definitively. The set does feature Joe DiMaggio, Mel Ott. In fact, there are a couple of Ott variations. There's a Lou Gehrig, Bob Feller, Ted Williams. There are some errors in this set. They have Johnny Vandermeer. Johnny is spelled wrong on it. There's also Bob Feller's card calls him Bobby. Henry or Hank Majeski's card calls him Harry for some reason, but also features Randy Gumbert instead of Majeski. So interesting error there, almost a double error. Lou Gehrig and Hank Greenberg have no team listed on there. So they're the only 2 players who had no team listed. Gehrig had passed away a few years before this. It could very well be intentional. I'm sure they could have put the Yankees on there, but also he wasn't playing for a team. Greenberg had just retired in 47, so it could have also been intentional. These aren't necessarily considered errors, more interesting points, I guess. Bob Elliott's last name was spelled wrong. So a lot of weird errors. They were kind of rushed out, low production, made very cheaply. Some of the variations, Leo DeRocher has a card where Brooklyn is listed as his team, but he switched teams mid-year in 1948, and then he also has some that list New York Giants as his team. So that shows, it's proof that this was printed multiple times. It was printed early in the season or before the season started, and then again after the midpoint when he switched teams to go over to the Giants. Mel Ott was printed, some of his cards have New York as his team and some have no team. So in terms of population in the pop report, and I'm only going by PSA, I didn't go look at any other pop reports, there are 592 graded by PSA. 0 are 10s. There are 5 9s. One of those is a DiMaggio. One is a 2 are Gehrig's. So really interesting. There are 6 cards that have been graded by PSA DNA with autographs. 1 DiMaggio. There's a Holy Grail right there. 1 Ted Williams, even more of a Holy Grail. Can you have more than 1 Holy Grail? Probably not. Highly desired by me, an autograph collector. There's a Ralph Kiner, a Warren Spahn, 2 Enos Slaughters, and 1 Bobby Thompson. Pretty cool stuff. Greg Morris cards is currently selling a lot, literally dozens of them on eBay at auctions starting at 79 cents. Very, very appealing, very easy to come by these commons, the few commons in this set. A Lou Gehrig SGC 1.5, 75 bucks. Not bad. It's very easy to add a Lou Gehrig 1948 rare card into your collection. The raws generally sell for under 100 bucks. A Ted Williams raw recently sold, 2 of them actually on eBay, sold for a little more than $400. A DiMaggio PSA 9. Remember, this is from 1948, and it's Joe DiMaggio PSA 9. Sold for $1,800 2 years ago. That's out of my price range, but that's a very, very affordable Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio PSA 9 from the 1940s. An authentic DiMaggio last year sold for $202. Again, that's crazy. An authentic Gehrig around the same time frame sold for $372. A PSA 9 Gehrig sold in 2018 for $911. That's really shockingly cheap for these cards. PSA 7 this year, Jackie Robinson, sold for $9,000. And that's his rookie card. And that's like pandemic boom time. This was a few months ago. That's a pretty darn cheap Jackie Robinson rookie card. I also looked up the PSA registry. I was really interested in, I've just gotten into PSA registry. I'm not on there. Well, I barely am. I have a couple cards in the registry, but nothing serious. Mel Thomason has the #1 set. Actually, there are only 2 entries in the PSA registry for this. Mel Thomason has his set 93.75% complete. That's 45 out of the 48 players, 45 out of the 48 cards required to be entered in. He's missing the Majewski, the Bobby Thompson, and the Clint Hartung. So, not bad. Pretty cool set, I think. I was really interested in this. Were you aware of this set? Do you have any of them? Which ones do you have? Are you going to go buy some now off of eBay? I'm tempted to. It's a really cool, neat set. If you're new here, I'm doing videos every day. Daily Junk Wax Hero videos. Come back, click that subscribe button. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great weekend.